guys feel like maybe you started slow and now you're starting to kind of pick up some steam here? Is that?
Yeah, we with the loss of Beanie for the first couple games, it's like we got to find somebody to step up. That's something we always scream around the locker room, and Coach Bowles always says every week is somebody's gonna have to make a play, and you got to be ready to make a play because you never know when it's gonna happen.
And talk about your role. I think you got to be happy with your role. You're playing a lot. You're contributing. Just talk about your role out there.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like you said, I finally get to play, and just to contribute in the play. I mean, I don't know what I can say about it. I'm just excited and happy.
Did you guys see the hit on Boom on film?
Yeah.
And if so, do you have any feelings on it?
It's football, I guess. It was a vicious hit, but in all honesty, there wasn't really anything dirty about it. It's just football. Was it completely necessary? No, but if you talk to some defensive guys, would they have taken the same shot? Probably, because it's football.
You surprised he didn't break his jaw on that? I mean, it sounds like he's lucky he only has a concussion. If that's possible to say he's lucky he only has a concussion.
Boomer's a tough guy. He, if they had let him play, he'd have got back in the game, I'm sure.
Brandon, I want to ask you about your role on the long run that Beanie had. It was about a 54-yard run, start the second half. It looked like you were an offset eye. You were the up back. Just talk about that play. What you saw looked like you came through the hole and hit the guy and kind of sprung him on that play.
Yeah, I was trying to get to my assignment. I actually never got. I think Beanie cut back before I got to block my guy, and he saw the daylight. I guess it wasn't behind me. We got some big yardage on that play, and it worked out great.
What is that feeling like? I mean, you guys are pinned back in your own end to turn the field position around so dramatically like that on one play.
It's great because it's a change of momentum. They got us down in there. Say they were to force us into a 3 and out. It puts our defense in a whole nother situation. Where we can now with that big play we can come out with points. I don't remember if we got a touchdown or not, but
field goal.
Yeah. So we come out with points, and Coach Bowles always preaches end every drive with a kick.
You guys always talk about not having a letdown week, but yet it seems like every team does have games where they're just not as sharp or not as up. I mean, is it really, really hard to have the same exact level of effort and excitement every week?
I don't think so. I think some of the change comes with big games. That was a night 8 o'clock. Everybody's watching. We got a 3:30. There's a bunch of other games on, but we know inside our locker room how important it is to what it is that we want to accomplish. So I think by the time that kickoffs, everybody's fired up. As equally as every other game.
You guys are ranked how big 12. Of a challenge this week against these guys?
It's going to be tough because they've lost some games, lost some close games, and it's the Big Ten, and it's vital to get where we need to be. We can't lose. We've been saying it's a playoff for us now at this point in the season, and the way things shake out in college football, we just got to keep winning.
Brandon, you're ranked right now right around number 12 or so. Do you think, first of all, do you get enough respect, and secondly, do you look around and say, oh, that team we can beat, that team maybe we couldn't beat right now?
We're not too worried about the teams we think we can beat and teams we don't think we can beat.
You're a college football fan now. Don't you look and say, boy, oh boy, so-and-so's got 2 losses. Man, they're not bad.
Right. Personally, yeah, I think we can beat anybody. But we can't get into that mindset. We just have to stay focused and do what we need to do. We talk every week about, making people respect us, by going out and doing what we have to do. Nobody's going to say, this is Ohio State, we're going to lay down. They've done this and done that. We've lost the big games in the past, and we got to show the rest of the nation that that's not what we're about. We're better than that.
Purdue has given up a lot of rushing yards. I think they're last in the Big Ten yards allowed. Is that something you guys circle with this new offense that's going to bring there?
I don't know. I guess the coaches might have taken note of that and might try to run the ball at them. I'm not quite sure what the game plan is going to be, but we just got to do what we need to do every week to get better.
How did Beanie look to you? Is he back to where he was last year, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think he's as healthy as he's going to get at this point in the season. He's running around pretty well. His vision's getting better. I know he said he missed a few things with some of the new steps and stuff that the running backs do, but I think he's getting close to his prime.
Is he the emotional leader of the offense too? He seems to really be a rah-rah guy.
Yeah, he gets pretty fired up, especially at halftime when things are a little down and people start to hang their heads a little bit. He does a good job of rallying the troops, so to speak.
Has he always been like that, or has that sort of developed more this year? Or
I think it's a little bit more than it has in the past. It's come out a little bit more this year than it has in the past. But he's always been somebody that we've looked to get us going a little bit.
with so many veterans on this team, not on the field, but how has Terrell fit in just in meetings, in the locker room, hanging out? I mean, is he a guy who's joking around or hanging out with the older guys much? Do these freshmen keep to themselves, or how does that work?
In all honesty, if you didn't know the ranks and the classes of everybody that you could see, everybody in the locker room, there wouldn't be any cliques like that. I guess people hang and mingle about the older guys and younger guys. We're all just working together and enjoying each other every step of the way.
Is Terrell a guy who mixes it up much in the locker room? Is he quieter? Or what's
Yeah,
he?
I mean he goofs around every now and then. He jokes around just like any other guy. They're all good guys, all the freshmen and everything.
What's Terrell like off the field? Is he hanging out with some of the veteran guys? Just talk about him. What's he like as a person? What do you want to say about him?
He's silly. He cracks jokes all the time, and off the field, I'm not quite sure what the freshmen they got a lot of academic responsibility, especially being in the first quarter of school. So I don't know how much free time they actually have to hang about around campus, but they're all silly guys.
Brandon, with Rory Nickel kind of out, are you still doing some work at tight end? And if you are, does that open it up for Jamil Martin or somebody else maybe to play a little bit at fullback, or what's that look like right now?
I think our philosophy as a team is always two in a spare, so I don't know if I ever was completely out of the tight end stuff.
Okay.
I always had to keep an eye and an ear to that position, and Jamil's been getting a lot of work, offensively, both on the scout team and with the offense. So I think the coaches are doing their best to make sure everybody advances, as the season goes along.
Do you consider yourself an H-back then?